We are pleased to be joined right now with Miss Magic Ravenhawk here at the Riverwalk Crossing, and she is with Spectrum Pink and the Tulsa Indian Club in a collaborative effort to put on today's big event out here at Riverwalk, and that is the Light It Up Red for Autism Acceptance and also the Native Spring Fest. So lots going on out here today, but thanks so much for being with us, Magic.
Thank you, appreciate
Tell us
it.
a little bit about the event and how it came together.
Well, it came together. We have done a collaborative event before in the past for our fall festival, and so we decided to do it again. The Tulsa Indian Club, of course, raises money for their programs. They're a nonprofit as well, so they'll be doing all the Indian tacos here. So I know it's yummy. It's always really good. Eat a little bit too much. But anyway, and this year we also have Spectrum Pink, which is a program of Engaged Life Institute. We're a 501c3 public charity, and we have programs that allow us to make people aware and of how Aspies, as I call them, I have Asperger's. Now you just call it on the spectrum, okay? How we deal in life and how to help a lot of the people that are autistic. We actually decided to get together and raise it during this time of the month because we say Light It Up Red, Autism Acceptance. It's a lot better than awareness. The awareness is good, but we have to have the acceptance. Okay. And in our Native community, we also have a high rate of autistic individuals that aren't getting services. A lot of Spectrum Pink is specifically for females on the spectrum because the diagnoses are totally different. The symptoms are totally different. And they get misdiagnosed, whether with bipolarism, ADD, or they have other symptoms that they say that they have. And when you really get down to it, they are on the spectrum. And a lot of us on the spectrum, we have like several different things we do all the time. So we want to celebrate neurodiversity, okay? Neurotypicals need to learn how to interact with us. And this has given us an opportunity to do that and to raise funds. The state has put, as you know, has frozen a lot of funds, and they're not doing so well with the Department of Rehabilitation Services and so forth. So we have to keep going somehow. So we're doing a lot of fundraisers, and we want people to be aware of the programs that we do and we provide for families as well.
It's great because, you know, this is, like you said, it's not only bringing people into more information and acceptance of the spectrum, but also, as you said, raising funds. There's going to be a little bit of everything for people out here on Saturday. You still have till 7. It's going on all till this evening, but tell them a little bit what they can expect coming out here.
Well, we have a lot of different vendors. We have a variety of vendors. We have vendors that, of course, native vendors, and we have non-native vendors too that are coming in, you know, that whether they themselves are on the spectrum or not, or have children. We're going to have storytellers. We have a Pueblo storyteller, Teddy Duncan, will be here from Laguna Pueblo, who will be doing storytelling as well. They'll have really good food again, Indian tacos.
we have a quota of how many times we have to mention that in this
That's
interview.
true.
Sure.
That's true. We have to mention that a lot. And I know that they have a big powwow coming up, and so they're raising money for that. Like I said, and it's going to be great. You'll see all the vendors will be popping up their tents, and we'll have artists of all kinds, from top artists that are coming in that have been in juried shows before, silversmiths, all types of paintings and jewelry, you name it. It's going to be out here.
Well, Magic, we discussed a little bit ago about the discrepancy between awareness, as it's always been, and things like that, and now to acceptance.
Correct.
Why is it so important? And talk a little bit about the reason that it needs to be acceptance instead of awareness.
Well, one of the reasons, and if you look at one of the largest agencies out there, one of the largest promoters of awareness, Autism Speaks is one of them. They have really been out to try to find a cure, okay, for something that's not a disease. 80% of their monies goes to research. Only 4% goes to families. Only 4% of that huge amount of money. And they are talking about, you know, getting rid of autism. It's like I said, it's not a disease. We're born this way. It's like, as I said earlier, it's a different operating system that we have, our brains are wired differently. Einstein was, on the spectrum. Now, what if they got rid of him? Where would we be? So you see all these people that are really creative, or they're inventive, and actually move things forward, that if you look at them, they're on the spectrum. It took me a while to actually come out. I was diagnosed late in life, but it actually took me a while to come out and actually tell people that because of the stigma that was there, specifically perpetuated by Autism Speaks. So we align ourselves as self-advocacy. We say nothing about us without us. They don't have an autistic person on their board at all. We say, if you're going to be talking about us, you need to learn from us. Ask us the question directly as to what is stimming, for instance. What is sensory overload? How do you make contact with people? I can't look at you in your eyes, but I look at you at the bridge of the nose, so you think I'm looking at you in your eyes. Just things like that we need to make people aware, and we need to help them in how to maneuver through the neurotypical world.
Now, what are some of the best resources that folks out there can reach out to? Are they lacking?
They're very lacking,
yeah.
And particularly in our Native community, they're very lacking. So that's why we spun off Spectrum Pink, specifically because there was misdiagnosis in the female community. But we don't just work with the female community. I mean, we will allow, we will help the male community as well too. As long as you're on the spectrum, we'll help you. We just launched our autistic care packages, which is like a subscription service. So you have STEM toys in there, whether they're spinner toys, whether they're textural, visual, auditory, whatever, and we'll have those out here too as well too.
Wonderful.
Native Cuffs is doing the lighted up red bracelets, and so Native Cuffs will be out here too, and they'll be able to provide anything and everything, I guess, for Mother's Day presents as well too. And we do want them to shop for Mother's Day because it's coming up.
It is coming up, and buy native.
Buy native.
Support local and
in the
small
fall.
business.
Yeah, in the fall we have our Native Fall Festival, and then we have the day after Black Friday. We have Red Saturday. Buy native, buy local.
I love it. I love it. Well, Magic, sounds like you've got it all taken care of for this weekend, and everybody out there, remind you, you have until 7 o'clock tonight. Be out here at the Riverwalk. The sun goes down late. It'll still be nice. She'd love to see you. We'd love to give you information on Spectrum Pink. Anything you'd like to know. Magic, thank you so much for visiting with us today.
I appreciate it.
Yes,
thank you for coming. And come on out.
You bet.